morning, everybody. Welcome to today's episode on Emo Inspires. I remain your host, Emo Asonye. Today is a remarkable day. Are you not glad and grateful to God for allowing you to see the last day of December 2021? And we have few hours to go before He ushers us into a new year. And I see God granting you all your heart desires and expectations for the new year in the mighty name of Jesus. Today's topic is titled Assumptions, or we can use it in a singular form, assumption. Now, what is the definition of assumption? Assumption is something that you think is true, although you have no definite proof. Many times, a lot of us work based on our assumptions. Sometimes you assume things and you do not take the time to find out whether those things you assume are correct. Now, there's a popular slogan that says, assumption is the mother of all mistakes. And if you look at it critically, in a way, it's somehow correct, because most times when you assume things, you act based on your assumptions. Now, before you assume, you should take out the time to ask questions from that particular person or the particular thing you are assuming about, and make sure you get the positive feedback you need and the answers you need so that you will not assume. Because most times when you assume things, you can become judgmental. For example, let's use a common factor that has been happening over the years, and it's still happening. Now, for example, you want to reach someone via the phone and you put a call through, and the network service provider, maybe the lady whose voice you're going to hear, she can say something like, the number you've called is switched off, or the number you've dialed is not reachable, or the number you've dialed is incorrect. Now, many times, these numbers are not actually switched off, but because of the traffic jam in network, or maybe the person is not in a place where he or she can be reachable, or maybe something just happened, or maybe there's a problem with the receiver's phone. And because of that, we begin to assume that maybe the person doesn't want to pick our call or something else, which can bring about squabble. It can bring about misunderstanding. You can begin to jump into conclusions because of that singular act or incident that happened. But when you have the patience and when you get through to the person, you actually hear the other side from that particular person you're trying to put a call through. So we should not make assumptions. Someone once said, assumptions is the mother of all frustrations. Whatever you are not sure about, you should ask questions, and never assume. Our Bible text is taken from Proverbs chapter 25, verse 8 from the Message translation, and it says, don't jump into conclusions. There may be a perfectly good explanation for what you just saw. We should not jump into conclusions because there may be perfectly explanations for what we just saw. There will always be explanations, so we should not jump into conclusions in every facet of our life. As long as you're dealing with human beings, you should not jump into conclusion. Always give them benefit of the doubt and listen to what they have to say, even though some people don't say the truth, but also listen to what they have to say. Our quote for today is said by Isaac Asimov. Your assumptions are your windows on the world. Scrub them off every once in a while, or the light won't come in. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I remain your host. God will continue to bless and keep us. Bye-bye.